1951 මාර්තු 2 වන දින රාජකීය ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාව ස්ථාපිත කිරීමෙන් ආරම්භී ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාව අද අභිමානවත් 70 වන සංවත්සරය සමරනවා. 70 වසරක ප්‍රෞಢ ඉතිහාසයකට උරුමකම් කියන ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාව මව්බිම වෙනුවෙන් කළ උදාර මෙහෙවර අද සිහිපත් කරමින් මේ ගුවන් හමුදා සංවත්සර සැමරුම පැවැත්වෙන්නේ කොළඹ ගාලුමෝදර පිටියේදී. අපි සූදානම් කොළඹ ගාලුමෝදර පිටියේ පැවැත්වෙන ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාවේ 70 වන සංවත්සර උත්සවයේ සජීව දර්ශන වෙත දැන් යොමු වන්නට.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, in a few moments, the air show and the fly past will begin. All you have to do is look towards the left side of the Golf Air screen as you look towards the sea, and from there you will see the aircrafts coming in. But as we wait for this remarkable show to begin, we must not forget that we all have the freedom that we enjoy right now because of the sacrifices that have been made by the brave men and women of the armed forces during the war that lasted nearly 30 years. Against all odds, we emerged victorious, fighting against an elusive guerrilla terrorist outfit that sought to spread discord and destruction. And we did so because of the guidance, perseverance, and the mighty leadership provided by those who are present here with us today. We all know of the role played by the president at that time in bringing the war to an end by never losing hope and trust in our military and its capabilities. And that very same person, ladies and gentlemen, is our current Honorable Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa.
සම්භාවනීය අමතනේ හිතවතුන් හිතවදියනි මෙම ගාලුමෝදර පිටිය වම්පස ඉහළ අහස දෙස තව ස්වල්ප මොහොතකින් බැලීමේදී ඔබට දැක බලා ගැනීමට හැකියාව ලැබේවි. ගුවන් හමුදාව සතු ගුවන් යානා සංචිතයේ ඇති ගුවන් යානාවන් තම හැකියාවන් විදහා දක්වමින් ඔබ ඉදිරියෙන් සමාන්තරව ගමන් කරන ආකාරය එමෙන්ම ඉන්දු ශ්‍රී ලංකා මිත්‍රත්වයේ සහ සහයෝගිතාවේ දැත් ශක්තිමත් කරමින් ඉන්දිය ගුවන් හමුදා තේජස් සාරං සහ සූර්ය කිරණ ගුවන් යානා සංදර්ශන කණ්ඩායම්ද මෙම සංවත්සරය විචිත්‍රවත් කරන්නට එක්වනවා ඇති. ඉතින් අපි ආරාධනා කරන සිටිනවා සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තනි නරඹන හිතවතුන් හිතවදියනි ඒ ගුවනේ විස්කම් පෙළහර නරඹන්නට අපි ඔබට ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා. තව ස්වල්ප මොහොතකින් මේ ගාලුමෝදර ඉහළ අහස් කුස සිසාරා ගුවන් විස්කම් දක්වන්නට ඔවුන් සූදානම්.
Today we have with us, like I said, not one but three aerobatic teams of the Indian Air Force, namely the Sarang aerobatic team, the Tejas aerobatic team, as well as the famed 9-ship formation Surya Kiran aerobatics team. And of course, we have to extend our heartfelt appreciation to the Indian Air Force and the Chief of Air Staff of the Indian Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhaduria, for graciously agreeing to send these amazing aircraft and talented and daring aerobatics display teams for our incredibly special anniversary celebrations. It truly does make this event that much more special. And of course, our appreciation also goes out to the Indian High Commission for helping us to organize all of this as well.
අතවශ්‍යව සම්භාවනීය අමුත්තනේ හිතවතුන් හිතවදියනි අපි මතක් කළ යුතු විශේෂ කරුණක් තියෙනවා. එදා මෙදා තුර අප දකින මේ සැබෑ නිදහසේ සුසුම් පොද ඔබට දායාද කරන්නට වත්මන් ජනාධිපති අතිකරු ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමන් වගේම එවකට පස්වන විධායක ජනපති වත්මන් අග්‍රාමාත්‍ය ගරු මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමන් විසින් ගනු ලැබූ ඒ එඩිතර තීන්දුව නොවන්නට අද අපට මේ නිල් අහස දෙස බලා සැනසෙන්නට නොහැකි වනවා ඇත. ඉතින් අපි ඔවුන්ට ඒ අපේ සදා ණයගැතිභාවයේ ස්තුතිය පිරිනමන්නට කැමති මෙවන් වූ යුගයක් අපට නිර්මාණය කරන්නට ඔවුන් ඒ එදා කළා වූ කැපකිරීම් වලට.
Also joining us today is the Secretary of Defense, General Retired Kamal Gunaratna, who was another instrumental figure during the war. I need not go into details, ladies and gentlemen, as all of those harrowing tales have been put into paper in the quintessential wartime memoirs named, as all of you know by now, The Road to Nandi Kadal. This book truly brings light to the harsh conditions that our brave soldiers have faced while fighting for their lives as well as for all of yours.
ඇත වශයෙන්ම එදා අවසන් සටනේ සතුරු බලමුළු බිඳී පාබල බැලෑනියේ පෙරමුණේ සිටමින් ශාපලත් යුද්ධය නිමා කිරීමට සුවිශේෂී කාර්යභාරයක් කළ සෙන්පති වත්මන් ආරක්ෂක ලේකම් ගරු විශ්‍රාමික ජෙනරාල් කමල් ගුණරත්න මැතිතුමනුත් අපි මේ වෙලාවේ සිහිපත් කරන්න කැමති. ඔවුන් ඒ කළා වූ එවන් වූ කැපකිරීම තමයි අද අපි මේ විදියට නිදහසේ ඒ භුක්ති විඳිමින් අපේ කාලය ගත කරන්නට අපිට හැකියාව ලැබිලා තිබෙන්නේ.
Among our distinguished guests who are here to witness and to join us in celebrating this very special occasion of 70 years long history of protecting the skies above our country, we have with us the Chief of Air Staff of the Bangladesh Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Mashiuzaman Serniabat, as well as the Chief of Air Staff of the Indian Air Force, Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh Bahaduria. Sirs, we welcome you with open arms today as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, you will see from the left-hand side of the Gore-faced green, the fly past of the Sri Lanka Air Force beginning to come towards us. All you have to do is just look towards the left and you will see the Bell 212 aircraft at the helm of the fly past, proudly presenting and carrying the flag of the Sri Lanka Air Force.
නරඹන හිතවතුනි සම්භාවනීය ආමුතුනි අද මුලින්ම ඔබ ඉදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරන්නේ ගුවන් හමුදා ජාතිය සම සන්තකේ රඳවා ගනිමින් ඉතා ගාම්භීරව ගමන් ගන්නා බෙල් 212 ගුවන් යානයක්. ත්‍රස්ත ප්‍රහාර මැදයට ගොස් පාබල බටපිරිස් මුදවා ගැනීමට පවා දායකත්වයේ සැපයූ බෙල් 212 ගුවන් යානයත් සමග බෙල් 412 වර්ගයේ ප්‍රභූ ප්‍රවාහන ගුවන් යාන 4ක් දැකබලා ගැනීමට ඔබට හැකියාව ලැබෙනවා. සම්භාවනීය ආමුත්තනි ඒට පිටුපසින් ඔබට දැකබලා ගැනීමට හැකියාව ලැබීවි. ගුවනේ ඇත් රජු ලෙස විරුදාවලියලත් MI 17 වර්ගයේ ගුවන් යාන 4ක් ගමන් කරන ආකාරය.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can now see the Bell formation making its way towards the middle of the Gore-faced screen. First is the Bell 212 presenting the Air Force flag. Then you have the 4 helicopters, Bell 412 helicopters used for VIP, VVIP transportation. Right behind them, you have what we call the Tuskers of the sky, the mighty Mi-17 helicopters. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, coming towards the Gore-faced screen now, right above your heads, are the basic trainer aircraft of the Sri Lanka Air Force, the Cessna 150, who have trained many a great pilots of the Air Force who have gone before us and are present today with us.
In අනතුරුව ගමන් ගන්නේ Y12 වර්ගයේ සැහැල්ලු මගී ප්‍රවාහන ගුවන් යාන 3යි. ඔබට දැන් ඉහළ ආසස බැලීමේදී එම Y12 මගී ප්‍රවාහන සැහැල්ලු ගුවන් යාන ගමන් ගන්න ආකාරය දැක බලා ගැනීමට හැකියාව ලැබෙනවා.
Following right behind are the Y12 aircrafts, which are light transport aircraft that have done a great amount of work during the war as well.
අධිකරු ජනාධිපතිතුමනි ගරු ආරක්ෂක ලේකම්තුමනි ඔබතුමන්ලාට සිහිපත් වේවි විශේෂයෙන් අවසන් සටනේ සුවිශේෂී කාර්යභාරයක් ඉටු කළ ගොඩබිම් හා ගුවන් බුද්ධි තොරතුරු විශේෂයෙන් අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් ලැබෙව් B200 වර්ගයේ B-craft ගුවන් යාන දෙකක් පියසර කරන ආකාරය.
Those two majestic aircraft that just flew by were the Beechcraft B200 aircraft used for surveillance and reconnaissance missions, and following right behind are the MA60 aircraft, which is a large transport aircraft of the Sri Lanka aircraft.
ඒ සමගම වටපිරිසා භාණ්ඩ ප්‍රවාහනයට යොදා ගන්නා MA60 ගුවන් යාන දෙකක් ඔබට දැක බලා ගැනීමට හැකියාව ලැබෙනවා. අත වශයෙන්ම මෙවන් වූ නිදහසක් නිමහල් දේශයක් උරුම කර දෙන්නට එදා ඒ අපේ වීරෝදාර පස්වන විධායක ජනාධිපති මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමන් වගේම වත්මන් ජනාධිපති අතිගරු ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමන්ලාගත් තීන්දුව తీරන නොවන්නට මේ සුසුම් පොද අපිට නොලැබෙනවා ඇති.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at the skies above you right now. Firing its way right in front of us now are the F-7s of the Sri Lanka Air Force, the jet aircraft that have done so much.
එම පසුපසින්ම ගමන් ගත්තේ ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම සුවිශේෂී ගුවන් යාන විශේෂයක් ඔබට දැක බලා ගන්නට හැකියාව ලැබුණා. ඒ තමයි එදා ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ගේ බලාපොරොත්තු සුන් කරමින් ත්‍රස්ත මර්මස්ථාන වෙත මවිත වූ ප්‍රහාර එල්ල කර වත්මන් ගුවන් හමුදාධිපතිතුමන් අනදමින් පදවන ලද F7 ජෙට් යාන දෙකක් තමයි ඒ ඔබ ඉදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරනු ලැබුවේ.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Dornier aircraft of the Indian Air Force flying in front of you.
ඔබට දැන් දැක ගැනීමට හැකියාව ලැබේවි ඉන්දියානු ගුවන් හමුදාවට අයත් ඩෝනිය 228 වර්ගයේ ගුවන් යානයක් ඔබ ඉදිරියෙන් ගමන් කරන ආකාරය. ඉන් අනතුරුව ඔබට ඔබ පුනපුලා බලා සිටි තවත් අවස්ථාවක් මේ ගාලු මුවදර ඉහළ අහස් කුස ඔබට දැක බලා ගන්නට හැකියාව ලැබේවි. විශේෂයෙන් ඉන්දිය ගුවන් හමුදා ගුවන් සංදර්ශන කණ්ඩායම් දැන් සූදානම් ඔබ ඉදිරියේ විශේෂයෙන්ම තේජස් ගුවන් යානය ඔබ ඉදිරියේ ඒ ගුවන් සංදර්ශනය ඔබට ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට සූදානම්.
Gentlemen, for an incredible aerobatics display, I'm going to hand things over to the Indian Air Force commentators. Over to you.
A very good evening, and Ayub Bhawan. I am Wing Commander Samrat from the Indian Air Force. And today, on this momentous occasion, I will take you through an aerial ballet being performed by the pride of India, Tejas fighter aircraft. The light combat aircraft Tejas is an outcome of decades of research and development by countless number of extraordinary individuals. This aircraft is the lightest and the most potent in the contemporary class. Light it may be, but it surely packs a heavy punch when it comes to combat. This machine flies like a butterfly, but stings like a bee. Please sit back and enjoy as Group Captain Manish Tolani, or Tolly, as we would like to call him, takes to the beautiful Sri Lankan skies to get your heart thumping and your feet tapping. Please look to your right, ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you for the first time, the pride of India, the light combat aircraft, Tejas. Beware, ladies and gentlemen, a threat has crossed them head on, and Tolly has decided to engage off the vertical. There he goes for the vertical pitchback to quickly come around and neutralize the adversary. This maneuver demonstrates the exceptional vertical maneuvering capability of the Tejas aircraft. And there go the heat seekers of the rails. Turning left with max rate to get the angles right for a quick and lethal burst of the 23mm gun fitted on the aircraft. And by now, ladies and gentlemen, the threat would have had his day. Continue looking toward your left as Tolly now positions for what we call the red eye turn. In this maneuver, the aircraft and the pilot are pushed to the other end of the envelope. The aircraft is subject to a negative 3.5 G. There she goes, banking right and turning left, the other way around. And positions for the next maneuver. The next up in line will be an aerial salute to the proud air warriors of the Sri Lankan Air Force, who have relentlessly worked towards protecting the sovereignty of this beautiful pearl in the Indian Ocean. Please look straight ahead as Tolly positions himself for the vertical Charlie. There she goes, pulling up into the sky, flaunting the Delta platform. And with this, we would say, Subapetu, Sri Lanka, Surakimu Lakambera. Continue looking out now as she comes down for the Formula 1 turn. Watch her to squeeze in a turn tighter than Michael Schumacher in his Ferrari on an F1 track. Look at how effortlessly he's managed to turn within a just few hundred meters. Please don't miss him now as he's positioned for the slow march. This maneuver demonstrates the outstanding low-speed performance of the aircraft. Please look to your left as Tolly starts knocking off his knots and flies by you at a staggering speed of just 120 knots. I'm now patching you through to the pilot since he has a message for you today.
Sri Lanka. Hope you're having a good time. Wish you all a very happy 70th birthday. Enjoy the show. Bye-bye.
Give it up for Group Captain Manish Tolade. Tolly has now engaged the burners of the beast behind his seat, and watch him zoom into the sky with a very high reserve of thrust. Don't take your eyes off him now, as he positions himself off a half roll for the farewell maneuver, which we'd like
संध्यावाद वेवा नूना वरुणी महत्व वरुणी अपि आडंबर वेडवा मेम श्रीलंका गुवान हमुद संगवत्सर्य कोटास्कारु वेकुलेस संबंध विमट लेबीम पीली पांडवा. A very wonderful good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives us immense pride and honor to be a part of Sri Lankan Air Force Day celebrations. We once again extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished guests and dignitaries present here. As a mark of long cherished relationship between both the air forces, we have customized a display especially for this historic occasion. The clean serene blue sky, sun splinting the warm orange dash of colors in the sky naturally, beautiful palette of colors, a perfect background for the display by the Sarang helicopter display team of the Indian Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in from your right. On this historic and momentous occasion of 17th Sri Lankan Air Force Day celebration. Sarang 1 is leading the formation with Sarang 4 right behind him, while Sarang 2 and Sarang 3 are formating to the left and right of the leader. Today leading the formation is the team leader, Wing Commander Girish Komar. He has been one among the pioneers who has seen from the fledgling Sarang team to today's one of its kind in the world. The co-pilot of Sarang 1 is the youngest display pilot of the team, Flight Lieutenant Dhanveer Singh. As you can now see, the Sarangs are positioning for a different formation. Coming in from your right once again. There is a change in the formation from inverted wine glass to English letter I in the sky. Sarangs approaching in India formation from your right, paying compliments to the indomitable spirit of the Sri Lankan Air Warriors. Captain of Sarang 2 is Wing Commander Sridhar, and also his co-pilot today is the first woman display pilot of the team, Wing Commander Sneha Kulkarni. The pilot in command of Sarang 3 is Squadron Leader Ravish Kumar, or Raz as we call him. His co-pilot today is Squadron Leader Veer. Wing Commander Niket Tiwari, or Nike as we know him, is in command of Sarang 4, and his co-pilot is Squadron Leader Adarsh Thakur, or fondly called as Addy. This time it's from your left. The formation will change to something very, very special, ladies and gentlemen. That was a leader, and here they make an aerial diamond right in, coming in front of you. Mem avasthavat sambandhavi sitina siyolum kantavani mem diyamati hediyati nirmaniya idari pathakrima ubavenuve. And ladies and gentlemen, for all the beautiful ladies present here, an aerial diamond. Oh, that was a surprise for all of us as a Sarang 4 had pulled up. I'm sure he is propagating the social distancing norm this time. That's like an ID going for a complete 360 degree turn. I believe it's the bubble of precaution, which is the need of an hour this time in our lives. As we make a low exit or a short exit, the audience at that side can wave at them as they can see you. Coming in back to your right, you can see Sarang 1, 2 and 3. They are positioning for their signature maneuver. This maneuver is dedicated to the pearl of the Indian Ocean. It requires a very high degree of skill achieved by strict mind and body coordination. All three helicopters will pull up, flying abreast in the vertical plane, and carry out a synchronized tall turn to the left. Like a dolphin in the ocean, Sarangs and dolphins lead. This maneuver is a big cheer to the mesmerizing aquatic life of Sri Lanka. From your left is Sarang 4 accelerating to join up with the formation. The team performs under the ever-watchful eyes of the team safety officer. Today's safety officer is Squadron Leader Jagan Mohan. Assisting him are the videographers. Ladies and gentlemen, the advanced light helicopter fleet in Indian Air Force has steadily grown from the conventional LH Mark 1 to Mark 4. The LH Mark 4 is the weapon system integrated version with its air-to-air and air-to-ground weaponry, along with the modern avionics, is one amongst the lethal arm platforms with the IAF today. The flexibility of this aircraft has been time tested from varied operations to the swerve displays. On this note, set your gaze straight ahead. In a few moments from now, we will give a count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now the straight ahead. The team is rolling in for crossover break. I'll make an attempt to make you listen out to the leader's call. That was the leader. Now you see the reaction. The crossover break, ladies and gentlemen. Proudly flies advanced light helicopters too. It is a multi-role, multi-mission helicopter manufactured by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Its hingeless rotors, exceptional agilities and advanced avionics makes it a world-class product. Apart from performing these breathtaking displays, the team has also contributed immensely in several humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. Yes, you're right. The beats have gone up from your right and left. This time, the team is coming in for double arrow cross. Ladies and gentlemen, keep shifting your gaze and shuttling them from right to left. This airlift is designed to meet the requirements of both military and civil operators. Military versions are widely utilized for transportation of utilities, reconnaissance, and medical evacuation roles. This versatile aircraft is once again ready to raise the engine gush as they let their degree of difficulty raise a bit. With next maneuver called the level mesh coming in from opposite directions, each helicopter will cross the other within a gap of less than 1 second, and that too in the same plane. As you can see them approaching the center stage from right and left. Yes, they are running a mesh in the air right in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, shuttle your eyes right and left. Team coming in for the level mesh. Tell me, I'm glad for this if you found this to be a mesh. Thank you so much. Fly these beautiful machines to their limits. The team showcases the capabilities of the advanced light helicopter and the indigenous aviation industry of India. And now, it is time to get ready and to feel the heat go up. The two pairs are positioning for the level cross. As you can see, the helicopters are flying at just 50 meters above the sea. Once again, the thrill will be raised from both the sides, that is right and left. Sarang 1 and Sarang 3 are coming to your right, and Sarang 2 and 4 are on your left. From your right and left, coming in for level cross. Approximately 773 displays. It will be a matter of astonishment to you all that while doing these daredevil maneuvers, the aircraft maintains the distance of only one rotor dial. One such example of precision is ready to be presented. Coming up next are the heroes, that is Sarang 3 and Sarang 4. Both of them will cross head-on and will perform synchronized toe tilts right in front of you. From your right, Sarang 3, and from your left, Sarang 4. Coming in for high-speed cross. They perform their turn while facing away from each other and to showcase the glory of this aircraft from some photos. There they come, Sarang 3 and 4, once again exclusively for you. while we perform for the August gathering and for the warm people of Sri Lanka, we would like to dedicate a special message for the grand finale of the display, the Sarang Split. The leader will pull up to present a salute to the Supreme Commander of the Sri Lankan Armed Forces on the India's soul-lilting tune of Vande Mataram. In a short while from now, we shall listen out for the leader's call. Making a perfect picturesque moment, the aircraft shining against the warm colors of sky, merging with the aquatic blue. At this juncture, I would like to mention that the Sarang team is presently the only 4-aircraft military helicopter display team in the whole world. Till date, the team has performed in Singapore, UAE, United Kingdom, Bahrain, Chile, UAE, Mauritius, and now
ලකමර සුරකින ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාවේ 70 වන සංවත්සරයයි මේ විදිහට අභිමානවත් ලෙස කොළඹ ගාල්ලුමෝතර පිටියේදී ජනාධිපති ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මහතාගේ ප්‍රධානත්වයෙන් යුතුව සැමරනු ලබන්නේ. ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් හමුදාවේ මේ සංවත්සර උත්සවය පැවැත්වෙන්නේ අපි සූදානම් මෙහි තවත් තොරතුරු ඉදිරි ප්‍රතිප්‍රකාශයන් තුලින් ඔබට වාර්තා කරන්නට අපි දැන් ප්‍රධාන පාලක මැදිරිය සමග එක්වනවා.
FB එකෙන් News First ප්‍රවෘත්ති live බලන්න. අදම News First FB page එකට ගිහින් like කරන්න. ඉන්න තැනකදී live news බලන්න. දැනුවත් වෙන්න. ඇත්ත දැනගන්න. එය ඔබේ ITI.
News First පුවත් live බලන්න. දවසේ වැදගත් සිදුවීම් වල වීඩියෝ නරඹන්න. Newsfirst ශ්‍රී ලංකාවගේ YouTube channel එක පහළ තියෙන බටන් එක ක්ලික් කරලා දැන්වම subscribe කරන්න.
Newsfirst ඔබේ ජීවිතය අපේ ප්‍රවෘත්ති